What's up, it's Decon here, and this is a review for the Sony NEX-VG10. So, alright, I've read a lot of reviews about this camera, and a lot of people talking some smack, talking some serious smack about it. But I've had this camera for about a year now, and I really have grown to like it a lot. Now, I'm sure you're probably familiar with it if you're watching this. I don't know, but Sony NEX-VG10 is the first consumer level camcorder with interchangeable lenses, which got some pretty big hype back when it came out about a year ago. It's full HD, 1920 by 1080 HD. It's sweet. That's what you need, and then also it's got a beautiful LCD screen, and man, that viewfinder is absolutely one of the most handiest things when you're out in the field and it is nice and sunny. Also, 4-capsule stereo microphone. I will say from personal experience, this microphone is the bomb. It's another thing. The VG10 has a microphone input and a headphone output, which is really cool. That's something that the 5D doesn't have. But yeah, if you want to learn about this camera, this is just kind of like a review of my opinion about it. If you want to learn about what features it has and stuff, just find another one on YouTube, because there's about like 50 million of them. There's one thing about it though that is not up to par. The one thing that's not up to par is the stock lens that comes on it. It's a 18 to 200 millimeter zoom lens, which yeah, it's nice when you do need that zoom, but just it's not a nice piece of glass at all, not whatsoever. Which for 2,000 bucks, I wouldn't imagine it to be a nice piece of glass. 18 to 200 millimeter zoom lens. With optical steady shot or optical stabilizer, which by the way is actually really awesome. So I'll say that's the one good thing about this lens is the steady shot. You can be walking and it almost looks like you're on a crappy Steadicam. But other things about this lens, you need like 40,000 foot-pounds of torque to freaking zoom this thing. It's like, you see my guns, like. It's just no. And then the other thing about the zoom is, do you hear that? Do you hear how loud that is? Okay, the 4-capsule stereo microphone on the VG10 picks this up like a freaking aircraft coming out of my house at like 12 o'clock at night. That was a weird analogy, simile. What the hell is it called? I don't know. But yeah, this lens, I just absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. So recently I got the Sony E-mount to Nikon F/G mount adapter. So now I can put any of my Nikon lenses onto the VG10. Insert like God music here. That wasn't as godly as I thought it would be. So pretty much I can put whatever array of lenses I want. My stock Nikon lens, my 18 to 55, my 55 to 200 millimeter, or maybe the most beautiful one of them all, my 50 millimeter f1.4 prime. Whew. Oh god, that's a beautiful lens. That's actually what this video is being shot on right now. So with the addition of this lens onto this camera, I would say it could be worth twice the money. Okay, maybe not twice the money, but you catch my drift. It's a nice camera, and just check out some of the scenes that I've shot on this. This was the other day. I took out the 50 millimeter prime f1.4 for the first spin around the neighborhood, and this is just some shots that I got, and I'm absolutely completely blown away, amazed, proud of this camera. Because it really performed, and it did an awesome job. And throwing that lens on there, it makes such a huge difference. Alright, to show how much I love this adapter, I did a little test with the stock Sony lens and my 50mm prime Nikon lens. And pretty much what I'm showing with this test is that cinematic look, that beautiful bokeh, and that's what I was really looking for. And also one thing that in this test I found is pretty much I was shooting with this light, the 50mm prime, f1.4. My shutter speed was at like 1/2000th of a second. With the Sony lens it was at like 1/60th of a second. So you need a lot of light to pump into that stock Sony lens. With the 1.4 it's just awesome. Now I know you guys are probably looking at this and going, okay, so the difference you're showing me is an aperture at f5.8 and an aperture at 1.4. No, that's not exactly what I'm trying to show you. What I'm trying to show you is the way that I can pull your focus to, the bottle with the 50mm prime versus the Sony lens, and trying to show you that the Sony lens is not the best for all shooting situations and all shots. So getting a lens adapter is a good choice. Also, just as an extra note, the Impact Super Clamp right here. I'll say that again, the Impact Super Clamp with the standard stud is maybe one of the most awesome grip tools that should be in every filmmaker's grip kit. Now this thing is pretty much, will clamp on to like any stand, whatever like that, whatever you need, and then you got your stud right there to mount your light. Also stored right on the top, you got this little leveler that you just take and you stick in very simply like this, and now you got a level surface. Like here, I was able to put it on this cupboard where I could not put a light stand on a counter or whatever. It would have gotten in the way. It would have gotten the shot. $20. This is solid cast aluminum. It's a little bit heavy, but there's really no downside to this. In the like 20 minutes I was filming those shots in my kitchen, I found like 2 uses for them. I'm like, dude, 2 awesome uses for this, where it really saved me in a lighting crunch, where I was able to get the light I wanted because of this thing. I didn't have to sacrifice and set things up differently because my environment didn't allow. I was able to do it because of this thing. So shameless promotion for Impact Super Clamp. But yeah, bottom line, the VG10 for independent filmmaker, for college kid, for whoever, if you're looking for a camera in the $2,000 price range, you can't beat it. You cannot beat the VG10. If you want to, comment, tell me I'm wrong. Like, whatever, that's cool. But yeah, in my opinion, the VG10, it's definitely a camera to be reckoned with. It's definitely something that you don't need to pass over. I absolutely love it, and you can do some awesome things on this camera. But there you go. That was my review for the NEX-VG10. Go out, make some movies, make it happen. I'm Decon, signing out. That was awkward.